Me, I'ma keep it a buck with Tom B. While in Florida, like Tom G down in Tampa. We winning all challenges, mock drafting, laughing and relaxing. You wanna know what fantasy about? Catch what's happening on BPSN. Before you line up, lock in. Tell a friend, BPSN. Before
Wifey, I said, "What's up, bro?"
Oh, well, all right.
And next year, little Scotty is running for my track team, bro. Next year, you bringing him on.
We'll see. We'll see.
You say we'll see. We'll see. We're gonna talk about it, man. I hit the record button, so we getting into it, man. What's happening in fantasy world? We back. We back. Thank you, everybody, for joining today, man. Got my boy Big Head from Orlando down in the corner, man. Hey, go ahead, introduce yourself, man. I want to say my people, my special guests, man. I want to let them go last, man.
Hey, yeah, Big Head Orlando, you know what I'm saying? Me and bro go way back, Dr. Phillips High School, you know what I'm saying? DP alumni, state champs, you know all that, you know how we rocking. Money in the Bank ENT.
Hold on, let me plug that, man. It's real good business, man. Always been A1 on every business aspect we ever even talked about or did. Ever since I known him, ever since he was teenagers, always held me down. We from different sides of the city, but for sure, A1 guy.
Appreciate that, my brother.
No problem. Got a lot of plugs on each side of the city that we kind of, you know what I mean, linked up by that I found out recently.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I did music in Orlando for a while, and then transitioned into doing clubs. We did clubs and concerts and events for about 9 years. Then I got back out of that and did artist management for artists here in Orlando. KT probably was one of the biggest artists at the time in the city. And Money in the Bank ENT is my company. I just started a new company for consulting, Think Big Incorporated, where we doing a lot of, and this the logo on my shirt. We're doing, right now I'm doing consulting and different like project management for artists and stuff like that, but we're about to segue it into other business ventures like individuals who have businesses, be able to link them and mentor other young guys that want to get into business but don't know the first steps to take in that particular lane. So, you know, glad to be here. You know, appreciate you for the invite, brother.
Amen. Say that. And then next down here, you know, like I said, this is about football, it's about fantasy mainly, but we also talk about business and outside of the game, how you can influence it. Right now, we got George Johnson, you know what I mean? Straight Florida boy, right? Correct me if I'm wrong from what I see. Bucks, right?
Yeah, play for the Bucks.
Okay, yeah, Matt, Bucks, baby. Super Bowl this year. Q6 said it yesterday. Shout out to Q6. Marquis Daniels came on here yesterday. Shout out my guy, man, Orlando in here, real strong, man. I'm always had an OG.
Stand up guy.
A1.
Hey, is that the old Bucks or the new Bucks though?
Who, him or me?
Nah, I played with Rondé, so the good years basically.
Yeah, for certain.
Put them up on game. Talk about it. Talk about the good years, man. Go ahead and go into that a little bit. What you know what I mean?
Well,
about that. I love to hear about the good old Bucks days.
So my first years with the Bucks was basically with Raheem. His first year when we went 10-6, we missed the playoffs by that one game. Then Green Bay sneaks in and win the championship, which we still felt like that should have been ours. But I played for the Bucks for about 4 or 5 years total. Minnesota, Detroit, and New Orleans was my last team that I was with. Finished off with them. 9 years, long time.
OG in the game. That's what they'll say. You feel me?
Yeah, a lot of
respect.
A lot of body aches still affecting me to this day, but I'm glad I went through it. It was a dream that I always wanted to accomplish. So to be able to do that, it was a lot of fun.
For sure. Tell me about. I know you said you also was in Detroit, Minnesota. To me, bro, when you playing in that snow and playing up there when it's cold and you a Florida boy, it's like I ain't even going out there to do nothing. Y'all got to do.
Nah. Yeah, playing in that weather is no joke. I know a lot of people think Green Bay is cold, but because Minnesota played indoors, it is nowhere near as cold it is in Minnesota. Like to get ready for a game, we had to play at Lambeau, so we had to play outside. So to get ready for it, our coaches made us practice indoors with the doors open because the field was frozen, so we couldn't practice outside.
Yeah.
So we practiced indoors with the doors open. And it was -20 the whole week. And when we get to Green Bay, it's 32 degrees.
See what I'm saying?
So yeah, so like when we
outside
get there,
now.
They was ready. They was ready.
nah, we that cold take everything out of you. When we got
It
into
felt
that
like
game,
that 32 degrees felt like summertime.
it did for a minute. It did, but Green Bay beat the brakes off of us because we was tired.
Yeah.
That cold takes everything out of you.
I told him, I see me, I'm out there like, I got to go out there and almost have everything on. You know how some people be out there, like I got some guys I know that played in the snow. Like we go to EIU where Matt went to school at, shout out EIU, shout out OBC. I be out there sleeved up. I know some guys that's from up north, they'll be out there no sleeve. I'm like, man, how do you even play? Like my muscles ain't gonna even turn on for this if I don't have no
I wear sleeves in the
Coco.
I wear
be out
sleeves in the
there
sun.
in the sun, in the snow.
Yeah, I wear long. I don't wear. I don't like during practice. I don't wear sweaters, but I do wear the long sleeve dry fit. So I don't like the cold or the heat. So
I got you. So, do you fantasy, bro? Let's get into this real deal. This, you know what I'm saying? You fantasy at all?
I used to do it. I did it. I think last year I took a break from it because it started getting unpredictable during those years or during last year.
It started getting predictable. So, how many cups you got?
No, I said it started getting
fantasy
unpredictable.
always unpredictable.
Unpredictable. Okay.
Well, no. So I did it.
You.
No, so I did it 2 years ago, and like I was able to predict, like who would have big years, who wouldn't have big years.
Yeah.
Who to draft and stuff like that. So it was easy.
Give us some examples.
Like, so a couple of years ago, I wound up drafting Tom Brady, Matt Ryan, and I had Aaron Rodgers too. So I had all three quarterbacks.
Ooh.
So I knew that schedule was easy. So that year, that schedule was easy. So I was like, okay, they'll get a lot of points. I had Edelman and I had Gronk, and as my tight end wide receiver. I forgot who I had as a third wide receiver. Well, another wide receiver. He wasn't a big guy, but just give me a solid points per game. But my running backs wasn't good. So by keeping Matt Ryan and Aaron Rodgers, people wanted to keep trading me for him. So then I wanted to get in a trade for Matt Ryan for Blunt and Devontae Freeman at the time.
Ooh.
So when I got those two, I took off that year.
Ooh, sound like see, folks. Let me go and chime in, bro. So I don't mean to interrupt. You know what I'm saying? Now, check it out. Y'all hear his strategy. A couple episodes ago, I gave y'all my strategy. Matt gave y'all his strategy on the episode. As you can see, he go quarterback. Me personally, bro, I go heavy running back. But the schedule plays an important role. Good thinking.
Yeah.
Is that what you would consider your strategy? Just overall looking at the schedule and the overall best players and not position? Because quarterback, you can't really get two of them in a game depending on the setting and the format. So in that league that you're speaking of, what format was it? And is that a strategy that you hold overall in each platform?
So our format was, I think you could get 3 quarterbacks. That was the most. And, during the draft, they just kept leaving, like, Matt Ryan and Aaron Rodgers out there because they was thinking that there was other quarterbacks that was going to take off that year.
Okay.
But I look at the schedule, and, I started looking at the schedule, basically, because if they have an easy schedule, those good quarterbacks are going to have great years. And you see it time and time again. Like, it's consistent that, it really does. Like, the harder that schedule is, the more teams that they play with top 10 defense, it's hard for them to get points. But if they playing teams who are bad against the pass, those are the quarterbacks you really want to get because they're going to have 400 yards a game. So
For sure.
you might as well just take those free points.
I agree, man. And so what I was thinking, I told Matt what I really want to talk about, but see, for me, you sound like an offensive-minded defensive guy. I really play defense, and my mentality is straight defense. Like, I don't care what you put out there against me, man, I could bust that up with this defense with my ability. But for you, I want to go into some defensive specialists. Like, last year, the top 5 defenses. Mac, you got them defenses over there on your end? Did you see this defenses I sent you? Check your text.
I know. I ain't even pull them up, B.
Check your text. Check your text. I sent it to you.
I seen it. Hold up.
So let me see. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up, guys. I want to get into some of these top defenses. So, like the top defensive specialists last year, you had Daniel Hunter, Joey Bosa, Myles Garrett, Aaron Donald, J.J. Watt. Me personally, I'm trying to I play my defense kind of a strategy. My defensive specialist, how you play your quarterback. Depending on who the guy is, like if it's a guy out there like Bosa, man, I'm taking him all day. You know, because I know he's going to get to it, especially if it's a top guy on a top defense. But the Bears had a corner last year. Talk about it, Matt. What's your boy name that was Ricky Henry?
Hold on, check this out. So it really with defensive specialists, it all depends on your defensive scoring.
Yeah, definitely. Check the platform.
And usually with a defensive specialist, every tackle is going to be a point. Sacks are 2 points. Interceptions are sometimes 2 to 3 points. So you got and then you got forced fumbles, fumble recoveries can be 2 points. So if you got a Khalil Mack coming off the edge, getting you 2 sacks a game, he getting you a forced fumble and probably a recovery, and then maybe 2 or 3 tackles, you start adding up them points. He averaging 12 points. But in fantasy football, if it's set up like that, which normally it is, a linebacker is always going to be your top scorer because they get the most tackles. Right. And you got linebackers getting 16 tackles a game, bro, 14 tackles a game. If they add a sack or a pick on that, you're averaging 15 points a game with your defensive player. So I don't tell people that secret. I let people draft the big name players like, you know, J.J. Watt, but they might only get one tackle and 2 sacks or 3 sacks, but that's really only 7 points. That's 7 points.
I agree with you, bro. And also I like players. I'll give one of my tips real quick. I like players like Suggs, those players like Mac that's interchangeable. You know what I mean? There's a lot of different specialists out there that can only do one thing. Like I look at
it's one specialist that I think I think that people are really not going to get, but he's going to, like Mac was saying, he gets those interceptions and things like that. He is a linebacker, and that's Darius Leonard. Yeah. You know, he averaged I think last year was 7 forced fumbles.
He was top defense. Listen, I had Darius Leonard. I won a championship with Darius Leonard, bro. Dude, he was I think it was his rookie year. He was smashed.
Yeah, his rookie year was a great year,
bro. Oh my God, I had him on every.
Who is this Sacavelli? Who is Sacavelli? That's a hard name, man.
That's Darren Howard, man. That's my boy D. I told him on this, man. That's my boy D. Howard, man. You know he gonna come. Man. That's family.
Okay, hey. We mentioned episodes. We got 2 sack masters in here, man. I can invite all sack masters that I know.
Who is Sacavelli?
Hey,
see, look, I want to give up some game on these linebackers while y'all talking about this.
Go ahead, talk your talk.
Because see, like, I love to see when the guys be doing the, you know what I'm saying, the big name players. Like, you're gonna go pick up somebody like J.J. Watt or Jalen Ramsey, but they're not gonna really get you no points. They're gonna lock down what they do in the game, and they're gonna draw a lot of attention in the game. But I pay attention to what the scheme is and what the defensive scheme is. So like, I go after. I switch up linebackers every week, and I pay attention to the teams that run the ball a lot. If Minnesota playing and Dalvin Cook was on fire, I'm gonna go pick up Leighton Vander Esch if they playing Dallas. You know what I'm saying? And people gonna sleep on him. Sean Lee went out. He gonna get a lot of snaps, and they gonna run the ball a lot, and he on his head, so he gonna generate a lot of points for me. He gonna be on the ball a lot.
That makes perfect. I do the same thing. I don't change up my defensive player a lot, but I change my defense a lot every week, bro. Changing up defenses. I play the defense that plays the sorriest offense. Whoever the sorriest QB is, that's who I'm going to get for defense, bro. I don't even draft a defense in my draft. I go pick a defense up. If I draft defense, it's the last pick. Real talk. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Unless it was the Saxonville. You know what I'm saying? Team that you know what I mean?
That's not coming back no more. But if y'all looking for a defense,
hey, you ain't dropping them, real talk. Or Chicago defense. If you get Chicago defense, you really ain't dropping them. You might roster them. Real
Yeah.
talk.
No, what's the name? Defense.
They get a
gonna be
lot of
pretty
turnovers
solid
and
this year.
motherfuckers can't score. They get 7 points. You getting big points off that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nobody's scoring on Ravens defense this year, so that might be a defense you put on the roster.
Look, you talking that talk. You know what I'm saying?
That defense is.
Pull up.
I seen there all season. I'm like, there's no way in the world people allowed them to have this kind of off
Hey,
season,
Levine, pull up, boy.
knowing that the offense that they had.
Pull up, man. Get him on here, man.
I was a little mad when they let Mosley walk, but Judon came in and you know what I'm saying. He came and filled in the gap and laid down a loss. So I wasn't too mad by the end of the season.
Yeah, they definitely had a plan. You could tell that's one of the teams that's one of the smarter teams because when they let go of Flacco, like people thought they was dead in the water, but not knowing that they had a whole different offense for Lamar Jackson.
I was celebrating.
They didn't have for Flacco.
Shout out my keeper, Big Truth. If we get on here, Big Truth. You a keeper in my book, bro. In my other league, guys.
Yeah, like so. Yeah, they definitely outsmarted the league because people thought that was just going to be a simple offense where it's going to be zone option, but they actually did a lot of throwing more than what people think. Like Lamar ran, but he threw a lot too, and there was a lot of shots.
Say that.
So they took a lot of deep shots.
And I was praying.
The game
And my boy was going to get them bitches every rep.
And I was praying Greg Roman didn't go nowhere in the offseason. Don't leave.
Hey, I wanna get into some other guys, man, because we just got into some D linemen basically. I want to go over it again because we got Sacavelli. Shout out to Machiavelli, man. That's all I've been on during all of this, man. All I've been on.
What's happening?
Shout out Sacavelli. I'm feeling that. So
appreciate you.
For the top defensive specialists from last year that we went over. We had Daniel Hunter, Joey Bosa, Myles Garrett, Aaron Donald, and J.J. Watt. But I also want to go ahead and get your input on the linebackers because I want to go into the linebackers. First, number one, Darius Leonard, right? If I'm mistaken, Darius Leonard from HBCU, right?
Yes.
Okay, shout out HBCUs, you know what I'm saying? Shout out TAU, Tennessee State, you feel me? We out here doing it real big, got this Pro Bowler beast out here. He's number one linebacker, in fantasy last year. We also got Bobby Wagner, Blake Martinez, Corey Littleton, and Joe Schobert from Jacksonville. Talk to me about your strategy, Sacavelli, in fantasy overall, and then talk to me about them top 10 people, please. And also, let me go make sure I give you a proper introduction because I ain't know you go pop up on.
Oh, you gotta give a proper introduction. I was just about to say, hold on, they don't even know who Sacavelli is.
Let me not do that.
Give a proper introduction, baby. Let's go.
What you do it? You do it. You do it or let him do it.
He got to come on. It look like his thing turned off. His voice. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
Man, give us an introduction.
You intro myself?
Man, don't even spell
it. To yourself, yeah.
Talk your
intro myself. Damn, man.
You want me to do it?
That's how y'all do me, right in.
No. Intro him out. Scotty.
Okay.
Introduce him, Scotty.
Okay, so let me make sure I get all my facts straight because I got.
Let's see.
Let me get my stuff pulled up. Make sure I'm all the way in pocket. I don't even want to mess this up a little bit. Hold on. So, sack master, Sacavelli, well deserved. I'm talking one single season, double digits, 11 sacks. Am I mistaken? Talk that talk, Sacavelli.
Man, I did my little thing, but.
Talk that talk, Sacavelli. Tell me a little something else about yourself so that the people know. What round did you go in?
Kansas State University represented Wildcat Nation. Drafted in 2000, second round, first pick, second round. Still mad as hell. I ain't getting the first round.
Okay.
Second place, rookie of the year behind Brian Urlacher. I got robbed.
Don't say that so fast. So with these 11 sacks, double-digit sacks, he said rookie of the year. You feel what I'm saying? Oh, let me help you out. Again now. Possibly at this point now, and there's no disrespect to nobody that went undrafted on the show. Nobody that went drafted. I had a couple draft picks, couple undrafted picks. This might be one of the top draft picks I had on the show thus far. You know what I mean? And this is the first time I think I had two sack masters, two top drafts on the show. So, Matt, shout out my boy Matt. doing his thing, man. I appreciate y'all boys for coming on. But Sacaveli, talk to us about East 10, man. That's all your name gonna ever be for me. I don't even want to hear your other name. Just say Sacaveli and then put the other name in abbreviation. Darren Howard, Rookie of the Year. Or Sacaveli, Rookie of the Year. That's the only thing I want to hear them call you.
Shout out Hot Soup, man. You know that boy get 100% on everything.
Woo.
You know what I'm saying? He the only reason I'm on here right now, man. My wife got me working at the shop, but I had to take a break.
That's what's up,
come hop on the show.
Man,
But,
we appreciate you. I appreciate the love, bro. I appreciate everything,
Definitely.
man. Go ahead, talk your talk, man. Go ahead to get into them 10 defensive specialists, and then also you fantasy though, right?
Yeah,
Right.
he do fantasy.
You do fantasy.
He do fantasy. I ain't gonna talk no shit, D. Howard. I promise.
Talk to us about your strategy.
My pass rush strategy, or what are we talking, fantasy football?
Well, so I just went over those top 10 defensive specialists in fantasy, right? I also want to hear your opinion, like your strategy for your pass rush, you know what I mean? And then also your opinion on those 10 guys, those linemen, those D linemen.
So my fantasy spiel gonna be short because I'm a rookie at this. You know what I'm saying? I started the league a couple years ago, but I ain't at that level right now. You know what I'm saying? So my knowledge base, I've been getting my ass kicked for the last 3 years, but I'm getting better. You know what I'm saying? I ain't coming in last. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to hang in the middle of the pack and not give up too much money.
Well, you know what? Let me tell you something. You came in at the right time. See, what we're doing is putting guys like you onto game like this so that they can have better strategies and perform better. So catch these episodes, man. Y'all actually on episode 9. So once this thing get chopped up and you see episode 1 through 10, bro, you're gonna be like, oh, I'm better than Hot Soup. Because you know you sound like a real smart guy. You was managing.
I'm already better than Hot Soup. Hot Soup already caught these L's numerous times.
That's what
numerous times.
So we already, well then, I with that right there, that's enough for me to say he ready. So go watch the show once we put this thing together and put this thing out. And you're gonna say, oh, I'm right in pocket, but yeah, Hot Soup, you ain't tell me that. But go ahead, keep going, bro. Get back into what you were saying about your strategies, man. Your strategy to get sacks and who you like out of those 10, those linebackers and D linemen.
All right, so my strategy to get sacks, to get pressure, to beat the quarterback up, man, you can't touch them niggas these days. But you know, back then, you know, my strategy was more cerebral. I wasn't the fastest guy. I wasn't the strongest guy. I was quick, like left and right, I was quick. But I wasn't going to outpower anybody. I wasn't going to run around nobody. So, you know, a lot of my success came off of counters, off of playing the entire game, setting up a guy, doing 1 or 2 moves, and then doing the reverse of that when we really needed to play. So a lot of my success came from just working my mind, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to outsmart a nigga. So
You were smarter than everybody else, bro. You were smart. Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much what, you know, and I was a student of my craft. Like I spent hours in the film room, you know what I mean? Even in college, in high school, like coaches will walk in the room trying to do their game plan for the week, and I'd be on the tape machine like, I need another hour, coach. You know what I'm saying? I need to figure out what I can do against this guy, or what I can take away from this guy and add to my game. So I think, you know, just up here, without having the athletic tangibles that a lot of other people had, a lot of other guys have. A lot of these guys, you know, they running 4.5s at 290, and that ain't me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Never gonna be me, never was. So, you know, I had to find my lane. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is too. That's just like anybody else. You find your lane, get in there, and you did.
You ain't got to be them, bro. You was Rookie of the Year doing you. Why would you change?
Second.
Well, he said Brian.
I'll tell you why I didn't get it. We was playing in Carolina. By week 13, I had already like 9.5, 10 sacks. We was playing in Carolina. They tried to run a screen pass. It was on our side of the field, like the 30-yard line. Run a screen pass. I see it. I dive in front of the running back, catch that bitch one hand, boom, like that, take off. And me not being a fast guy, I got caught at the 1-yard line, fumble, and they got the ball back. That was it. It was over. I couldn't come back after that.
That was what. Hey, you the one that you got that end zone. You the one that
everybody was calling me like, "You big dummy."
That was it. Damn, that was it.
That was it.
But
Yeah,
I should have put that up on my little YouTube, man. Listen, that right there was spot. I know it's on there. Listen, if this go out, y'all just jump back on the link, man. I'm gonna edit this out. It's gonna probably go out in a couple minutes, man. I'm gonna just upgrade this because boy, I gotta get back into it, man. Even with them amount of sacks, bro, I want to congratulate you. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm looking at you and George and just y'all accomplishments in the league. Being to me personally, you know, I ain't get to stay in that thing like that. But I salute anybody that came from any school, any division that even signed a contract to get some money out them boys. You know, get that money out them cats and stack that money. I also heard you. But go ahead. Go back into your strategy though. I'll go. I got some other stuff I want to talk to you about. But
no, that's pretty much it, man. It's just hustling, man. Just knowing that it's a job and it's a grind, and like like every single year it's 30, 40 young cats trying to come in and take your job.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's always competitive. You know what I'm saying? And it's a weird dynamic because the guys coming in that they trying to groom and take your job. I mean, like you got to make sure they up to speed too at the same time. So you helping them be a better them while trying to increase your game and your skill set to make sure that you don't let them see the field no matter how good they get. They can get good, but they can get good from the sideline until I'm done. You know what I'm saying? So it's a weird dynamic there, but you know, I had a good career, man, and you know, ever since high school I said I wanted to play 10 years. I played exactly 10 years and that was it. I was able to walk away. So
but that's a dream to accomplish your goal to get them 10 years, bro. I salute you. Like I said, some cats don't make it out of rookie camp, don't make it out the physical to even get on the team. And you know, everybody you know dreams to play in the NFL. So I salute both of y'all boys, man. And also like this fantasy, I look at it like being former players. I know fantasy help you really stay on the game because really no former players watch the game to watch the game. You always looking at who doing moves, you know, who playing who. We looking at mainly matchups. We looking at
100.
Don't nobody watch the game that played the game like the fans. Even after the game, you listening to what people saying. You looking at eye movement. I can't help but look at the situation and try to look at what they're saying on the sideline just because, you know, it's just.
Yeah, and to that point, man, I didn't watch football for 2 years after I retired. Because I couldn't, because it wasn't enjoyable. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't, it's just like a doctor can't watch a TV show about a hospital. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can watch a show about what Law and Order and all that shit. They can't do it because they thinking they subconsciously they just want to solve it themselves. They want to get to work and show them boys how to really do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I can't watch it and just enjoy it. But it took me a while. It took me 2 or 3 years. I started watching college football like 2 years after, and then I got back into the pro game simply because of fantasy football. If it wasn't for fantasy, I still probably wouldn't be watching it. But
I think that's why I started. I think that's why I started coaching kids and like coaching, start training kids because it's like it's so many people that learn the game completely wrong. So like from a young age that they go in there, they think it's, you know, it's something simple. Like it's something simple as knowing what a team's going to do to you on 2nd and 1 inside of like over past the 50. You know they're going to take a shot. Like certain kids don't know that, so it's just like certain stuff that you just got to teach them, like how to rush the passer, how to play the run, and things like that. And it's like they forget these skills. I mean, they never taught these skills when they're younger. So when they go and think they're going to play in the NFL, you're like, you got a long way to go, brother.
Like a lot of them play football like they play Madden. Like it ain't the same. Like just because you know what I'm saying, going forward on 4th and 17 on your own 30, you ain't gonna go out on the field and accomplish that and be successful. Like it's totally different.
Well, also, I want to salute you because a lot of kids don't have access to coaches with your level of knowledge either. So, you know, a lot of people won't even give back to the kids so that they can have those fundamentals. Most of the time, the guys that's coaching is former Little League legends or, you know, some street guys that ain't never played. It ain't never a mental aspect from a former player. So I salute you for giving back to them kids. And you're right, having people that were really involved in the game, experiencing the game, teaching our kids will make better programs. I salute you, bro. And you know, I definitely have to check out one of them games, man. If you in the cities, when the outside open back up, I ain't doing nothing right now. Sacagaway,
Nah.
where you from, Sacagaway? Let me get to that.
Huh?
I say, Sacagaway, where you from? Where you originally from?
St. Pete, man.
Okay,
Right.
say it again. Say it again. I just said it again. Say it again. The bird. You say, I can't. Usually they say the bird. You know what I'm saying?
Bird, dog.
The bird. The bird. Shout out the bird.
Definitely. St.
I
Pete,
just
love
want to put that
Denver.
out there again, just show everybody. You know what I mean? I love everybody from Florida. If you're from the state, if you're not from the state, I just want to know, man.
Hey,
Y'all
D.
got-
Howard.
No.
Hey, D. Howard.
Yeah.
Hey, D, was it Gibbs? Was it Gibbs?
Hell no, bogey.
Bogey. Okay.
Okay. Shout out Florida football. Hey, well, Big Head, talk to them about your nephew that we need to look out for real quick, please.
Hey, shout out to the Florida legends, man. I respect all of y'all, man. I ain't play football because while y'all was at practice, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah,
I was posting up.
Yeah.
I was posting up at the payphone.
Yeah, he
You know
was.
what I'm saying? but the same way y'all look at it and put it in perspective that, you know, like coming back to the game and coaching, like I do the same thing in music. Like I consider myself one of the best artists in the state, let alone in the country, that was probably kind of underrated. And I got an opportunity to do a deal with Def Jam, but I didn't like the details. You know what I'm saying? The devil's always in the details, so I stayed down and did it independent. But I mentor and I manage now because of that, to give the game to the ones that I don't see doing it the right way and stuff like that. So salute to y'all for giving back and giving me your time, because I know that's one of the hardest things to do.
Bro,
My nephew.
I respect your business settings and your business mind, because one thing I noticed at an early age, bro, your business savvy, your music game was ahead of anybody that I really was around, and you always was younger than me. So you always was doing your thing, but just to see where you started investing your money and how you really started on the business side, bro, I salute that. You know, way
Respect,
back,
brother.
I called you and just talked to you about the music business and just got a lot of good advice and a lot of good jewels from y'all. Like I said, this is gonna probably go out in like a minute, so just jump back on the other link and I'm gonna make sure that I set it up
Okay.
for you next time, man. But I definitely want to make sure that we
Hey,
get it.
Scotty, you're gonna have to keep talking that talk, man. I got another surprise guest want to chime in on you, man.
Yeah. Let's run it up. I'm finna get on the next one. As soon as this link
And
goes,
then
jump on the next one.
when the link go out, I'll come back in and chime in on nephew and just give him, you know, shed a little
Yeah.
light on him.
We got to get him on here too, bro.
Yeah, for certain. I'm about to do a little interview on him too, so we'll put something together.
Yes, indeed, bro. Let me make sure I do this. I'm going in. Right. I think it's gonna let me do it after it ends, but hold on.
Oh, you got a limit on how many people we can get on here?
No, I'm finna upgrade this bit right after this.
Do you Yahoo or ESPN? Y'all doing this for fun or y'all playing to win? Round here, we all in and the winner get the big bag. Talk tough, point correction and have you looking sad. Big bucks, take a loss, tough luck. Ain't nobody trying to hear your cash app got stuck, cause on what's happening, we keep you on.